Hola mi gente, it's Dina with another video, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about my husband's EP, which is basically Mentally Traumatized. I know for some people it's not their kind of music, so I just wanted to give a little review on it and how I felt about what I was listening. Um, I know a lot of people might not be attracted to that music due to the fact it's rap. Also, it might have a little bit of vulgar language and also cuss words inside of it. But I also started going deeper into what I was hearing, and a lot of the stuff is actually, you know, you get into understanding who he is and also why he acts the way he acts, and why he carries himself the way he carries himself. I feel at times, especially me as a Christian and a Pentecostal Christian, we're a little bit more stricter than the typical Christian, how you want to call it. But for others, we're typically more stricter. That's how other Christians or non-Christians see us Pentecostals as. So I decided to go ahead and listen to it. I'm like, this is my husband's project. He put a lot of hard work into it. He put a lot of hard money into it. So why not go ahead and do a review on it and, actually try to listen to it. And I gotta say, a lot of the emotions into the songs were really deep. If you just listen to it, just to listen to it, you probably won't comprehend what's being said in the music. And also, if you see it as a judging, through a judging eye, basically, this is, not something I would normally listen to. It has so many cuss words, as it's not. You're probably not going to get the message out of it. Um, I feel like at times, when people have something to say, sometimes we kind of put it aside and don't listen out, especially as a Christian person. Sometimes we feel like, okay, this and this and this is what you're supposed to be doing, and you're not supposed to be doing that. But also, a lot of times, a lot of us are born into Christianity, so we kind of don't get some of the concept of people that are secular. And sometimes it's good to really focus on and understand secular people or people that are not Christian, however you want to say the wording. So, secular people are people that Christians think differently than us, because like for example, me, I grew up Christian all my life. So, that's what I know. So for me, it might be easy to be Christian or whatever. But for other people that are not used to that kind of way of living, in the whole Christianity setup, they don't really understand, or they're kind of like one foot in, one foot out. But in order for us to understand them, sometimes we also have to look at some of the stuff, and understand it from their point of view. Because if, for them, it's kind of hard to leave the stuff that is from the world and put it to the side and come, start focusing on church. There's some people they can do that quickly, and then there's some people that, kind of struggle with that. So sometimes it's good to see it from their perspective, because, they're struggling to let go of certain things, and, they're trying to do better. And I look at, from my point of view, if somebody try to convince me to go to the world, it's not going to be easy, because, I'm used to being Christian, and it's not going to be easy for me to just, go, if they tell me, okay, drink some beer or some alcohol or something, or, smoke some weed or something. It's not going to be easy for me to be like, okay, I'm going to smoke it. So the same way it's not easy for me, because I grew up the way I grew up. The same way it's not easy for him to just, kind of let go of that stuff. But I also learned that through this process, he's understanding more of himself. And he also said sooner he's probably going to work on making a Christian album, because he's not gonna be doing this forever. But it's just something that helps him. He tried to make one song out of the album, out of the EP, that was Christian, but unfortunately he still struggles with cussing and stuff. So he told me that he was like, I'm disappointed, and I was like, no, no, it's fine. It's something that you have to grow out of. He's been cussing for almost all his life, so it's kind of hard to let that stuff go. So, I started looking at each song and taking notes of each song that I was listening to. And I'm going to go ahead and start with the first one, which is called Real Tears. When I was listening to Real Tears, it was basically about overcoming lies. You know how people lie and say different stuff. And then also it talks a little bit about past relationships. And as his wife, I understand a lot of his past relationships and what he's gone through. A lot of his past relationships weren't the best and not the healthiest. And in the song, he talks about it, how he struggled with different relationships. And it just didn't work because, these relationships weren't Christ-based. They were just doing whatever. So it was kind of struggling with that. And then also I realized that a lot of this stuff, the lies that people were saying about him and also the relationships, were causing tears. That's why it's called Real Tears. Tears and sadness. But also, it also talks about looking back, that he realizes that those things were basically nothing. So he had a reflection to realize that now that he's older and he's been through more stuff, he realized that half of that stuff wasn't worth it. People tell you different kinds of stuff, um, and then it turns out that it's not. And that's because a lot of these things are not based upon something that is healthy. Um, a lot of times he makes examples of me and his past relationships, and basically shows the example of that I'm completely different from the women that he dated in the past. So basically, he didn't say that in the song, but as me, as his wife, I understand, past relationships have affected him in a way. That's why the EP is called Mentally Traumatized. And then I listened to the second song, which is How I'm Balling. And this song focused more on becoming more financially stable and not looking after those things that supposedly make you a man, because a lot of people go after things that are gonna make you a man, or relevant. Everybody's gonna see you, and then such as women, money, and probably drugs and stuff like that. So basically, he talks about friends and companies that don't have your best interests at heart. So as you know, or as you have experienced in life, you realize that some friends don't really have the best intentions. Some of them a lot of times don't really care about you. They act like they do, but in reality they don't. So, you learn a lot through friends and, company that you have around. Um, the company is not always good. There's going to be a select few that might be good, but it also depends on who you surround yourself with. Why Lord? I think this is one of my favorite ones. I think this was the one that he was trying to make it a Christian song, but he cussed one time. So Why Lord is basically the struggle. The struggle at times causes us to ask, why is this happening, God? So sometimes, we ask, why is this happening? One of the lyrics was like, why is this happening? Basically, the bills piling up. Why, Lord? And then even though we know we shouldn't question God, and that's another lyric that he had in there, we understand that we shouldn't question God, but sometimes we do have moments where we're like, why is this happening? Like I'm trying to do my best. I'm trying to follow God in everything I do, but yet why does this keep happening? And then but at the same time, he also said we have to keep praising him, because even though something might be happening, you can't just leave God to the side and be like, well, God's not working no more. I'm gonna go do my own thing. So what we have to do is keep praising him, and then eventually the blessings are gonna pour in. Um, and then basically in the song, he explains everything he's gone in life. He talks about different subjects that he goes in life with different situations and stuff. And then, and through testimony, his testimony, he wants to be hope for others. So a lot of times my husband talks to me about working with the youth and stuff. So he feels like a lot of stuff that he's been through in life, that it could be something to help the youth, because I feel like a lot of people in the church, um, most of the time are born in Christianity, and you have a select few that might have became Christian throughout life, but sometimes I feel like it's good to have somebody that's that came from the world and then came to Christianity to talk to the youth, to for the youth won't astray into that world, because sometimes we just tell them the good parts of Christianity, and then we tell them the bad stuff that's happening in the world, but we can't really go into full detail because we probably haven't even lived it ourselves. So we can't really talk about it. We can just give little small details that we might have gone through, but I feel like at times he's been through some stuff, so he could actually work real well with the youth and explain to them, some of the stuff he's gone through, and basically use it as a testimony to basically push people to go forward. And then that was another reason why he did this EP, because he wanted to basically show people that um, people go through stuff, and his way of releasing this stuff is through music, is through his rap, and also producing beats and stuff. So this actually helps him a lot. One thing I noticed too, as his wife, is that when he was working on this album, it's actually made him very peaceful. It's made him calm down a little bit more, and it actually gets him in a happy mood. So this EP is actually helping him out a lot. So, and then onto Rolling Richer. Um, this one talks about when you trust in God's blessings, and when you trust in God, blessings start to roll in. That's what I meant to say. um, he speaks on his mom and his experiences, on his emotions. Uh, Many think that money will bring happiness, but the only thing that will bring happiness is God. So basically, he talks about what he's been through with losing his mom. As some of y'all may know, he lost his mom at 10 years old, and it was right on his birthday. So it really did affect them. Don't nobody want to lose their mom at that early age, and you want to have your mom as long as possible, and then you want her to die from older age, from age wise, not die at a young age and you don't really feel like you have a mother anymore. Because I know if my mom passed away when I was young, it would kind of mess me up because now my daddy has to take care of me. I don't have nobody to give me like female advice and stuff. So yeah, losing your mom at that age can really affect you, and it could bring you down, really. If he let that affect him the way that some people get affected by stuff like that, it probably he probably wouldn't be where he's at right now. I feel like right now he's in a really good, healthy headspace. Um, a lot of things that happens, he don't let it affect him as much as before. So, God really did help him with happiness. I'm telling y'all that. He had to also let loose to some friends. Of course, some friends, you just gotta let them loose because they act like they're your friend, but then like of course behind your back they're saying stuff. They don't include you in certain activities, and that will make you progress. They kind of hold their own blessings to themselves instead of, kind of sharing the blessing, especially if it's something that could help others. Sometimes, yeah, you could keep your blessing to yourself, but at the same time, if it's one of those blessings that, is going to help other people, might as well go ahead and help other people. And then he also said people get mad when you come up, but when you're down, they're nowhere to be found, and that's true. When you start making money and stuff, people come around asking for that money. Can I borrow this? Can I borrow that? But then when you're down and out and you need help, oh nah, or they sometimes they don't even answer you. They go ghost on you. So that's what I heard from Rolling Richard. Heart on the Line. That's the last song that he has. In total, he has 5 songs. So, Heart on the Line speaks on depression. Basically, he talks about how, he will sit around and drink and just think about basically when he was going to die and stuff like that. And it's depression really brings you down to a deep place where you basically don't feel like being here anymore. And then he also talks about friends that are crooked and are waiting on your downfall. And basically, there are some friends that just, well, they're not really friends, but if they're waiting for your downfall, that's not a friend. But there's people out there that are actually waiting for you to downfall. So basically, they're sitting there and they're like, oh, well, that he's not gonna do nothing with his life. I'm just gonna see like he's with somebody else. He's just gonna mess up their relationship. And it's people actually sit there and think about it. And then once again in this same song he speaks about his relationship. Basically the relationships that look for material things. So he's been in relationships where the lady or the female would just come around whenever he had money, and then any other time that he didn't have money, she would go, what I mean, she would go somewhere else and disappear, and then be with other men, having sex with other men. And he basically goes more deeper into that relationship that he had. And he basically explains, how she was jumping around from guy to guy. But of course he uses more vulgar language. But she went jumping from guy to guy, and, she was having sex all over the place. And then whenever he had something, like some form of money or some kind of house or apartment, what I mean, she will come rolling back and, be there for a little bit of time, and then she'll take off again. So, and go with other guys again. Until finally he was just tired of it. He cut it off. So basically this song is about giving your heart to the people that are not worthy. So be mindful of who you're giving your heart to. So that's why it's called Heart on the Line. Because sometimes you tend to give your heart to the wrong people without even thinking about it too. So you got to be aware of who you give your heart to. You can't just give it to anybody, You can't just be throwing it around, because all you're going to do is just hurt yourself at the end of the day. So the best thing is to protect your heart and your mind and everything around you, because people can mess up almost everything about you. So, protect everything. So that's it about Mentally Traumatized. I'm gonna say it's pretty good EP. I actually liked it. Um, if you want to listen to it, I'm gonna go ahead and put links to the description in the description box to all the ways of you being able to hear it. He has it on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, and those are the main three he has it on. So you know, if you can, go ahead and support. Of course, he's a black man, so technically you're supporting black people. Black Lives Matter. So yeah, go ahead and support him on that because he really did work hard on it, and he's just so excited about the project, and yeah, I really like it. The beats are nice. You can hear the bass and all of that. The producer that worked on the beats was really good. The beats sounded real good, and then also the words and stuff sound good, and it tells a lot about how he lived his life, and basically he's releasing all of that energy out. That way he could just let it go. Because he's basically going to work on a project, so this is just part one of his project. But I really did enjoy the EP, so if you can, go ahead and support. I say for a Christian person, you might not be comfortable supporting this, but what you could do is also just buy it, and then if you don't want to listen to it, you don't have to. But just support, and it helps out my family. It helps us out to keep taking care of ourselves, and then it's extra money just in case if something happens. So it really does help us out. And also, I just hope y'all enjoy it because I liked it. So that's it for today. Is there anything I'm forgetting? I don't think so. So that's it for today. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Also hit that notification bell to keep yourselves informed of every time I upload a video. So with that being said, check the deuces. Oh yeah, don't forget, follow me on Instagram. I got IGTV. So I do Worship Wednesdays. So if y'all want to hear me on Worship Wednesdays, y'all can go ahead, hear me. And also if y'all want to make suggestions for Worship Wednesdays, leave it under the IG video, and then I'll do a cover on that song. So basically just pick a worship song that I could sing, and then I'll sing it on IG. So might even give you a shout out. So yeah, go ahead and do that. And so now I'm really done. So check the dude.